if they were not yours, why would you bear them?
But exactly, that's the point.
No,
That's
but
the freaking point. That's the contradiction. The verse on the left said, "You're
Oh
gonna
my
bear your
God,
own."
yes. Oh
The
my
verse on the
God.
right says, "You'll bear your own and somebody else's." So please, answer the question. These burdens right here, when it says "and some of the burdens" of who? Myself or somebody else's?
Hello amazing viewers, welcome back to Religious Insight. In this fascinating episode, Godlogic is debating two Muslims who came to show what Islam is all about as they prove the clear contradiction in the Quran. Let's watch this video to find out exactly what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first one, you said that the verse says that we hold the burden of all of our sins, and we don't carry the burden of others, correct?
That's correct.
Correct. The second one, can you read it for me, and so I could explain it to you?
Okay. The second one says that they may bear their own burdens in full on the day of resurrection, as well as some of the burdens of those whom they have misled without knowledge.
So let's talk about this for a second. So let's say, I did something bad. I'm going to be held accountable for that wrong sin that I did.
Yep.
Now, if I came and I told you, let's say what you were saying, hey, go rob a bank. It's good. Do this, do that. You get a lot of money. Now, because I misled you of my action, it was negative. I'm going to get a sin for it.
Yeah.
Because I led you to the wrong thing. I don't take your sin. I don't hold your burden. I led you to do something wrong. So I'm going to get the burden of do something wrong. Also, when it comes to the positive side, if I tell you, hey, read, the Bible, read the Quran, do something good, give charity, help the poor, and you do, God's going to reward me that I helped Godlogic to, give the poor. He gave whatever he gave. I, pushed you to do something well. So same thing for my own good deeds. If I gave the poor, I'm going to get good deeds for that. So if I push you and I tell you, hey, go give the poor, it's good for you, and you kind of feel better for yourself, and you did it. I'm going to get rewarded for that. So it's not that I'm going to take your burden, your sin from you. I'm going to take the action that I told you to do bad. You understand what I mean?
Yes. And so I think that there's a
contradiction.
I'm going to show you why it is. I'm going to show you why it is.
Go ahead.
So let's go with the good. Let's talk about the good thing that you brought. If you encourage me to give charity, your good deed is encouraging me to give charity, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, me actually giving charity is on me. That's not on you, right? Even though you encourage me to do that and you push me in the right direction, me actually giving the charity is my reward, right?
Yeah. So this is another thing that you have to understand, Godlogic. Well, we always like to say, Allahu Alam. Allahu Alam means God knows. So we don't know whether we're going to be rewarded for pushing you to do good things, but we will always say God knows, Allahu Alam, that
I can tell you.
Hopefully you do good. Huh?
The Quran says it. It says, whoever purifies himself only purifies himself for his own soul. So your own righteous deeds only work for you. They cannot work for somebody else. So your righteous deed of encouraging me to give charity, that's on you. That doesn't go to me. That goes to you. Me giving the charity goes to me. That doesn't go to you. That's on me. And it's the same way. It's the same way with sin. Your sin of telling me to rob the bank, misleading me, that's your sin. That's not my sin.
Yes.
It's your sin.
Exactly.
Right? Now, me actually robbing the bank, that's my sin. It's not your sin.
Your sin. Yes.
Right.
So
However,
that's what the verse
However,
go ahead.
watch this. Now, the Quran says that me robbing the bank, that sin, both of us are going to be sharing that because you misled me to do that. So some of that burden is going to be put onto you as well.
If you did the action,
If I did the action.
yes, I'll take the burden that because I misled you
No,
to do the bad.
exactly. So even though you did not do the bad, you did not rob the bank, but the
By
action,
encouraging
yeah,
exactly.
But the
So
action
from
of
me.
the action of me robbing the bank is
No, the
going
action
is
of
going.
me
I know,
telling you,
brother.
to do
You gotta follow me. We
I'm
already
with you.
we already got past that. You telling me to rob the bank is on you, not me. Me robbing the bank, though, me robbing the bank at your misleading, that goes to both of us. You're gonna share that with me because I did it when you misled me.
Mhm.
So therefore, you're bearing a burden that you did not do. I did it because you encouraged me to do it. So you're going to be sharing some of my burden of my action because you led me to do this action.
So let's say that I did not lead you to do a sin.
Mhm.
I did not. So then that's my action. I did not lead you. So I'm not going to burden. Even if you rob the bank, I'm not gonna take your burden
Correct.
because I didn't lead you to the action.
Correct.
So in that verse is not that I'm going to take the burden because you did something bad. It's because I led you. The action that I did was misleading. That's
Correct.
what I'm trying to
So,
clarify.
all right. So to make it clear, we understand that a individual's actions are to themselves. Your action of misleading me is your sin. Misleading is your sin. Robbing the bank.
So that's
Hold on. Robbing the bank is my sin. However, because you misled me to rob the bank, me robbing the bank, that action is going to also go on you, according to the verse.
Yes. Yeah.
Which contradicts 35:18. 35:18, nobody else's actions can go to somebody else. However, 25, somebody else's action can go to somebody else if they're misled by that person.
But Godlogic, see, there's two things that are different from those two verses. One of them is me, the action of misleading you, and the other one is not mentioning the action of misleading you. You understand? So the first one is not talking about the actions of misleading another person, while the second one is mentioning the action of misleading another person.
The first one gives a general principle.
Now, if the first one said, even if you misled someone and you're not going to be held accountable, and then the other verse said, yes, you will be accountable, I'll agree with you and say, yes, there is a contradiction. But those two verses is two different topics. One is talking about yourself, how if I'm not going to hold accountable for, you doing whatever you're doing. That's, a sin, whatever it is. But if I misled you, then I'm going to be held accountable for that.
All right,
That's
this is
what
I disagree. Both of them, and I'm gonna quote the verse and let's see if we can have the same understanding. 35:18 says, "No bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another." Period. Is that talking about an individual bearing their own actions and no one
Yes.
else's? Okay. Does it say that? Does it say explicitly that an individual cannot bear and will not bear another person's burdens?
It does say that.
Okay.
But
So
remember, it's not mentioning the
just really
actions
quick,
of misleading.
it doesn't have to. When it gives a general principle, it gives an explicit general principle. No bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. However, the other verse says that they will bear their own burdens, just like this verse says. However, they will also bear some of the burdens of others that they've misled. So one says unequivocally, no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of anybody else. The other one says they will bear their own burdens, all of it, as well as some of the burdens of others. So that is
because of their actions.
Exactly. So those two can't be true at the same time. That's the contradiction. They're talking about the same thing, the same concept in the same sense, but they say opposite things.
Well, see, that's where we disagree with each other because, like as I said, one mentions the actions and the other one doesn't mention the actions.
Okay.
So that's unfortunately that logic. But hey, man, I'll also watch you, bro. I'm watching you.
I hope you're learning.
Take care, man.
Take care, man.
Allah Hadik. So.
Peace. All right. Yeah, guys, there's no way out of this one, man. There's no way out of this one. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you dice it, no matter how much spice you put on it. One says, no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. It won't happen. That's what the verse says. No bearer of burdens, will bear the burden of another. It won't happen. Can't happen. Even if it was a relative, even if a heavy laden soul calls another, hey man, come, you can take some of my sins because you misled me or whatever reason. Nope. Even if it's a close relative. Nope. But the other verse, chapter 16, verse 25, says that you're going to bear your own burdens in full. All of it. Everything you've ever done. It's on you. As well as, in addition to, plus some of the burdens of those that you have misled without knowledge. We just read, man. Nothing I can do, man. All right, let me bring up the next guest. Yusuf was here for a minute. Yusuf, you're on stage. You're on YouTube. How you doing? Yusuf, you are on stage. Yusuf going once. I see that you've unmuted your mic, but you're not speaking. Yusuf going twice. All right. Mr. Sadiq, welcome back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's discuss this verse that you have brought.
You want to talk about this? You don't want to talk about something else?
I mean, we can talk about something else, but I want to go through this also.
You want to address this? Okay, no worries. I'll follow your lead, man.
Yeah. So basically, it says, so there are two things here. One thing is that no soul will bear the sins of any other soul. So, if, for example, if I'm doing something bad and I'm getting the sins, and someone else is doing something bad, they have their own sins. So I'm not going to take their sins on me.
Correct.
Right? So this is one thing. That is like the first thing. The second thing is this: if I am leading someone to do a bad thing, for example, like just robbing a bank or doing anything bad, so he's doing that. The person doing that wrong thing will be a sin for him, and also there will be a share of sin for me. because I was the one who was leading the person or encouraging the person to do that thing. And as long as that person is that doing that bad thing, I mean, I will be getting that share of my, a sin.
Their sin.
But no, my sin, because I was the one encouraging them to do on this path of the wrongdoing, right? So they are getting their own share of their sins. I am getting my share of the sins because I was the one who put the person on that path. So I'm not getting their sins. I'm actually getting my own share of my sin, of that sin. So the sin is happening, the wrong thing is going on. The person who is doing it is also getting the share of the sin, and I'm getting the share of the sin because I was the one who led that person to that path. So that nobody is taking sins from others, but getting their own share of the sins.
Okay. I think there's something
In the second,
fundamentally. Hold on. There's something fundamentally that I think that we need to get an understanding of what what action belongs to who. Can we agree that you misleading, and we'll use you and me?
Okay.
And I'll be the one who mislead. I'll be the misleader. Okay. If I mislead you to rob a bank, the action of misleading is a sin on my part, right?
Yes.
I did that. I misled.
Okay. Yes.
Now let's say that you go and rob the bank.
Yeah.
Whose sin is that? Who committed the action? You or me?
Both of us.
So I went and robbed the bank?
No, you were the one who encouraged me, and based on that, I was going to rob the bank.
Right. So who is the one whose action is it who robbed the bank?
Yeah, I am doing the part of the sin also. Like you making me doing something, like you're encouraging me to do something.
I encouraged you, which is my sin. Yeah. And then robbing the bank, who committed that action? Me or you?
No, me. But again, the thing is, you misled me. And
I know.
As long as I'm doing that thing, it's not like one-time thing. Like you just said to me once, and I'm now doing it.
I understand. Yeah. All I want to make sure that we understand is which action belongs to who. Okay? So misleading, that belongs to me.
Yeah.
Robbing the bank belongs to you.
Yeah.
All right. However, when you rob that bank, that sin of robbing the bank, some of that, I'm going to share because I misled you to do that, right?
Yes.
So the robbing the bank is not my burden. That's your burden. However, because I misled you to do that, I'm going to be sharing some of that burden.
Yes, because, exactly.
Okay. So this is where the contradiction is. The contradiction is that according to 35:18, I cannot bear anybody else's burden. Your own action is your own. I cannot bear anybody else's burden. However,
yes, but there's a small thing here. In the second verse, it says, which you are missing, is that if there's a connection of misleading me, then it means that it's not only my burden, it's also your burden.
No,
you're not taking my burden. You're also getting the share of that. It's not like, so it's like, for example, like if I'm robbing the bank and you're the one who planned everything, and I'm doing the main action, right?
I know what you're saying.
And I'm getting caught, right? Can
I show you why what you're saying is not accurate to the verse? I understand everything you're saying. You're saying that burden is our shared burden. It's also mine.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So trust me. I know what you're saying. I'm showing you. Look, I'm not bringing this up as like coming from a place of I don't understand the verses or what the argument is. I understand. Trust me. I get it.
I mean, it's so simple. I don't know why you're making an issue of it.
I agree. I think it's so simple that I don't understand how people don't get this. So look, let me show you why what you're saying is not true. That that you robbing the bank is our shared burden. I'm gonna show you why that's not true. Okay? I'm about to put it on the screen. So you see, hold on, let me just show it real quick. Here we go. It's over there on the right side, 1625.
Yes, I have it on my screen. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so
1625. Yeah.
1625. Right, so it says that they may bear their own burdens
Yes.
in full.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What does it mean in full? What does that mean?
Yeah, and like completely.
All right. So everything that you've done wrong, everything that every burden that you have, you're gonna bear it all in full, all of it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, then it goes on to say, and some of the burdens of those
Yes.
whom they
Yes.
misguide without knowledge. So according to this, are these burdens mine, or are these burdens the other person's that I've misled?
So let's say, like, let me explain you now with an I mean, let me try to explain this another way. If my action of robbing something, and you're the one who is encouraging me or leading me to this, are you going to take the punishment? Like, for example, it's a 10-year prison, right? Robbing a bank. So I'm robbing the bank. I will get the full punishment. You will get some punishment because you also was part of this whole thing, because you were encouraging me or misleading me into doing this action. Now you are not taking anything out of my punishment. Like, I'm going to be serving full 10 years. It's not like you are going to take like 3 years out of it or something, right? But you will get your, like, maybe a year or maybe 2 years because you are not directly involved in the action. But because you are in connection with me for that action,
I'm gonna bear some of your crime.
No, not. I mean, you are part of the crime, so you are going to bear some of the punishment of your own, like because of you being part of it.
Brother, that's why I said let's establish whose action is whose.
Yeah, mine action. Yeah,
okay.
I'm doing the action of doing the robbing the bank, but I'm getting the full sentence, like full 10 years.
If you are the one who went off and robbed the bank,
yes.
If I get 2 years for you robbing the bank, that's not that I'm bearing the crime you committed, right?
No, but you led me to this, so you are in connection with me. You are in me.
Okay.
This like whole thing. You're with me in this.
Let me ask you this: Is it a sin for me to say?
You don't want to understand.
Is it a sin for me to say, hey, you should go rob a bank? You should do that.
Yes, it is a sin.
Okay.
Yes.
Did I rob the bank?
No, but you encouraged me to do that.
Yes, those are two different things, right?
Yeah. So one thing is that you are encouraging me. That's a sin.
Okay, we got that. So one action is me telling you to do it. The other action is you actually doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Hold on. Okay. So if I tell you to do it, that's me. You go and do it, that's you. Will I get punished for, will I receive some punishment if you rob that bank?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you not expect that?
Don't worry. Is you robbing that bank my burden, or is it yours?
Again, you are not taking anything from me. You are not reducing my burden. You are not reducing my burden. I am taking my burden in full.
Brother, my question is very simple.
Yeah.
Is the robbing of the bank your burden or my burden?
Both. Like, you are in connection in this. How do you not understand that? If you are not telling me anything and I am doing something wrong.
Brother, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does the word "and" mean?
Again, here the verse is explicitly saying
and those
Who are those?
burden of those they misled. So it means that
am I the same person as those whom I misled? Am I that person?
no, you're not. You're not.
Okay.
But then again,
So is this burden
there's a connection there, right? The connection is that you are misled. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
According to the verse, are these burdens of the other person or are these
Yes,
burdens mine?
Yeah, mainly I'm doing the wrong thing, right? Mainly I am. Yeah,
Simple question.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
these
It's
burdens mine or are these burdens the person I misled?
these are indirectly yours. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna read it again. That they may bear their own burdens in
Yes.
full. What does it mean, your own? What does it
That
mean?
actions you are doing, those
Got
actions that you have done. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so my own actions,
Yes. Yes.
my own burdens in full,
Yes.
I will bear.
Yes.
And so there's also other burdens that I'm gonna be bearing.
Yes. Yes.
After I have already bared my own in full.
Yes. Yes.
So all of my own burdens personally, I have I bore. I'm bearing them.
Okay.
And so in addition, also
Yes.
plus
Yes.
continuation,
Yes.
some,
Yes.
so not all, but some
Some, of course, some. Yeah.
of the burdens of who? Myself or somebody else?
No, those who you misled.
So are those mine? Is it myself or is it somebody else?
If they were not yours, why would you bear them?
But exactly. That's the point.
No,
That's
but
the freaking point. That's the contradiction. The
no,
other-
that,
look, the verse on the left said, you're
Oh
going to
my
bear your
God,
own.
Oh
The
my
verse on the
God.
right says, you'll bear your own and somebody else's. So please, answer the question. These burdens right here, when it says, and some of the burdens of who? Myself or somebody else's?
Yeah, some not okay. If you're missing a critical point here.
Just the verse, brother, if you can answer.
Burden of those who you misled.
So are these
You are part of those action
so is that-
in the
is
sense that
I got you, but is that
yeah.
myself?
I mean, how hard
is
it
that
to
myself or is
understand?
that somebody else?
Someone else is doing something?
So
Because of
these
you.
burdens are not my burdens. These are somebody else's burdens, correct?
How many times I should repeat? Like you are misleading the person to do something
That's not
better.
my
How is not?
question. That's not my question. Read the verse, bro. It's on the page for all of us to see. Read it.
Yes, I'm reading it. See,
Okay,
I don't know. I'm not.
Good.
Yeah, I know, I'm not.
Glad you're reading it. So when
yes.
you're reading it, does it say that I'm gonna bear my own burdens in full, as
Yes.
well as some of my own burdens that I've misled without? Is it myself or is it someone else's burdens that I'm also taking part of?
Yeah, you're taking share of someone else's burdens because
Thank
you
you.
misled them. Yes,
Thank
so-
you. So that's all I need you to say. So I'm
Yes,
going to
okay.
be taking part of
Yes.
someone else's burdens because I misled them.
Exactly.
So their
Yeah.
burden, it's not my burden. However, I'm going to be carrying some of it because I misled them to do.
Yeah, they were made your burden. Part of it made your God made it to in your scale,
It's
like
not
in
my
your
burden.
account.
It's not my
Yeah,
burden.
they're not. Yeah, they so
Okay.
because you misled them.
Very
God gave some of them to you. Put them on your
Exactly.
scale, right?
Exactly. So now,
But-
here's the
yeah.
problem, Sadiq. The problem is that the other verse says, and no bearer of burdens will bear the burdens of another. It
Yes,
won't
true.
happen.
Yes.
So this says it won't happen. The other one says it will happen if you misled.
Yeah, in a special case, yeah.
So that's a contradiction.
No, that's not a contradiction. In a general sense, you don't bear the burden. But if, in a general sense, you don't bear the. But in a special case where you mislead a person, you are getting a share of it because you are misleading it. How hard it is to understand, I don't know. Like,
All right.
I mean,
Did you want
Come on,
to? It's okay. We can move on. You wanted to talk about something else?
Alright, welcome back, guys. That was very amazing and very fascinating. Share your thoughts, what you learned in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this. This right here is 100% clear contradiction. No one will carry any sin of anyone, only his own. Carrying part of the sin of another who he misleads means he is carrying the part of someone else's sin. Even if it is a small part, he is still carrying it. Therefore, it is a clear contradiction. There's no two ways about it. How they don't see this as a contradiction is beyond me. Trying to explain away an obvious contradiction is not going to help you take it away. I guess reading comprehension, logic, critical thinking, intellectual honesty and integrity is out of the window when it comes to this religion. This is amazing how a Christian is teaching Muslims of what their Quran says verbatim and what their religion really teaches in their deen. Yet they are still denying it even when it is obvious that this is what their book is saying. The Quran presents a logical tension here. One verse declares that every soul will bear the entire weight of their deeds with no ability to transfer blame or burden to someone else, while the other verse adds an aggravating misleading factor, stating that those who misled others will also carry part of the other person's burden or the other person's sins committed by those they misled. This is a clear contradiction and there is no two ways about this. The two cannot coexist coherently. If each person bears the full burden, there is no logical space for a secondary part to share it. So the question is this: since none of these verses have been abrogated, which one is wrong and which one is right? We know that they will never admit contradiction in the Quran because it will automatically make the Quran to be false by its own standard. But still, we will try, knowing fully well that they will deny it and they will never accept this contradiction because of their belief that the Quran is standard and it is complete in itself. Guys, thank you for watching. Share this video, subscribe. I would love to see you in the next episode.